An uncomfortable but necessary topic. Many think about it, but few dare to say it. Why do men who have worked hard for their success, who have built their lives with effort, discipline, and sacrifice, tend to avoid serious relationships with single mothers? First, let's lay the cards on the table. A successful man doesn't just have money. He has options. And when a man has options, he begins to choose with a cool head. He's no longer driven solely by physical attraction or sympathy. Now he chooses strategically. A single mother comes to the table with an emotional, financial, and logistical burden. It's not just about being with her, but about being willing to assume, directly or indirectly, the presence of a child who isn't his own. And here's a stark question. Why should a man who has fought his entire life to be where he is now take on the responsibility of another man who perhaps disappeared, didn't deliver, or simply didn't want to take responsibility? This isn't about judging single mothers. Many are brave, responsible, and admirable women. But from a male perspective, especially from Redpill's perspective, this situation represents a risk. A commitment with too many variables. Furthermore, the energy required for a relationship with a single mother is not the same as that with a childless woman. Her time, attention, and priority will often not be for her partner, but for her child. And that's natural. But a successful man can opt for a relationship where he is the center of attention, especially if he is seeking to build his own legacy. Another key point: the possibility of conflict with the child's biological father. What if that man is still present? What if there are legal, financial, or parenting issues? Is it worth taking on that burden when he can choose a simpler, more untethered relationship? There's also the emotional factor. Many men are afraid to invest time, energy, and resources in a child who won't see them as a legitimate figure, or who could at any moment be used as a tool for emotional manipulation by the mother. And if that weren't enough, there's another delicate element: social perception. Although we don't say it openly, society often questions the man who raises another man's child, while the biological father is missing. Many see him as a suck-up, or a beta male, who settles for leftovers. That's why many successful men choose to avoid that path. Not out of a lack of empathy. Not out of cruelty. But because they have a choice. And when you have the choice between starting from scratch or taking on a story that's already been written, most will choose the former. Hard? Maybe. Real? Definitely. Success brings clarity. And clarity sometimes hurts.